Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure. In our last video, we tackled the mission called Caesar v. El Pondo. Passing that mission unlocked this automobile mod shop that we find ourselves in front of. It's called Transfender. Passing Caesar v. El Pondo in the mission unlocks Caesar v. El Pondo as a boss, a mission giver. And this video is all about Caesar's first mission to give us. It's called High Stakes Low Rider. Passing this mission will award $1,000, and passing this mission is one of 6 prerequisites to unlocking the mission called Reuniting the Families. That's right. To be able to do the mission Reuniting the Families, you have to pass fully 6 different missions, and then you can unlock Reuniting the Families, and this mission here that we're going to do in this video is one of those 6. As usual, we start by updating our haircut and our clothing. So we are going from the flat top haircut to the jerry curl. And then we are switching clothes, so we're going to go to the white t-shirt, which is different from the white tank, which is CJ's default top. We're going to wear the woodland camo pants, and thank Jesus, Allah, and Buddha that we finally get to get out of those boxers and put on a pair of pants. We're going to throw on some flip-flops on our feet, an eye patch, and we're keeping the yellow watch and keeping the Africa pendant. We can actually get a much better look at this Africa pendant since we're wearing a white shirt. And you'll notice that the colors on the Africa pendant are red, yellow, and green, and those 3 colors are very prominent on a ton of the flags of the countries of Africa. Okay, boys and girls, geography class is in session, and we're just going to take a look and see how many flags of Africa feature red, yellow, and green prominently, just like that pendant that CJ is wearing. So we'll start right over here. Benin, only red, yellow, and green. Burkina Faso, only red, yellow, and green. Cameroon, only red, yellow, and green. Actually, if you look at the outline of the country of Cameroon, it looks like a bunny. It's pretty cute. Eritrea has some blue, but other than that, red, yellow, and green only. And coming down here, Chad has blue as well, no green. But I'll point out that the flag of Romania and the flag of Chad are nearly indistinguishable from each other. They're both exactly these colors, blue, yellow, red, vertical stripes in that order. The colors of the Romania flag are just a teeny tiny bit brighter than the colors on the Chad flag. If you show them to me side by side, I can tell you which is which 100% of the time. But if you just show me one of them and I don't have the other for comparison, I don't do much better than just guessing in terms of which one is which. The Congo, that's the Republic of the Congo, has only red, yellow, green. There's the Democratic Republic of the Congo, blue. What's going on there? Okay, moving on. Ethiopia, mostly red, yellow, green, but there's a little bit of a blue circle in there. Algeria looks kind of funny, like this crescent moon is just sticking out of nowhere. It's just because there's a white rectangle here that just kind of blends in with the background of this entire image. Same thing with Djibouti. There's a white triangle on the left side of the flag of Djibouti. Mauritania, only red, yellow, and green. Morocco, I don't know, that's kind of gold in there. I don't know that I would call that one yellow. Moving right along over here, Guinea, exactly red, yellow, green, just vertical stripes. Guinea-Bissau, almost exclusively red, yellow, green, but there's that black star over there. Liberia's flag is kind of similar to that of the U.S. Also similar are the flags of Malaysia and what's the other one? Oh, Puerto Rico is kind of similar. Madagascar isn't this short. There's a white rectangle on the left-hand side of the flag of Madagascar. Ghana, almost exclusively red, yellow, and green, but the black star in the middle. Lots of red, yellow, green here for Mozambique, but also some black and a little bit of white and a gun and a hoe. That's right, we talk about hoes on this channel. Moving along here, Mali, same colors as Guinea, just reverse order. The green here is a little bit brighter than the green over here. Only red, yellow, green. Sao Tome and Principe, almost only red, yellow, and green with the 2 black stars there. The flag of Niger reminds me of the flag of India, and there's a great Onion video on YouTube comparing Niger and Nigeria. You can go look that one up. It's pretty funny. Moving along here, Senegal, all red, yellow, and green. Togo, almost all red, yellow, and green. A little bit of a white star there. The Seychelles. So I've memorized something like 350 flags from across the world. This right here, gang, is my favorite. North Macedonia is pretty awesome, too. Uganda, I don't know, lots of black and white and other colors. Tanzania, Rwanda. Moving over here, Zimbabwe, lots of red, yellow, and green, but also white and black there. Somalia is a really nice looking flag there. And then finally, South Sudan is the newest country. It's the most recent country to have become an independent nation in the entire world. Just wanted to show you all of the reds, yellows, and greens because those are the colors on CJ's pendant. And now we're back to our normal save file. I've skipped the trip over here to the CV icon. That's Caesar v. El Pondo. You need to be in a lowrider car, so let's get in one and check out this cutscene together.
Hey, CJ, you made it.
What's the business?
Hey, Carl.
Hey, baby.
Nice ride, man. That's no carucha.
I'm going to need some help from my Spanish-speaking viewers in this cutscene. I looked up the last word here, carucha, couldn't find anything. If you change the final A to an O, carucho, it's the word cart, as in, like a small vehicle that you push with wheels, like a shopping cart. And so clearly from the context, Caesar is complimenting CJ's car. He's saying it's not a push cart, something like that. Help me out if you know better.
You sure you want to risk that, baby?
Yeah, I'm sure. How much they talking about?
It's our cash, your pink slip in the pot.
Cone means with, and I could not find the meaning of Saphos online, so let us know in the comments if you know what this phrase means.
Then you pull up and race. The first past the post wins. Con chota sin chota.
I looked this one up on Google Translate too, and it means with dick, without dick. Somebody help us out. Something is getting lost in translation here.
Okay, for sure. I'm down.
Hey, watch us, CJ. These boys don't like to lose, eh?
Yeah, well, me either.
Follow me to the race, dude.
You don't have to follow Caesar. You could just head right to the starting line, but in this vanilla attempt, I will. We'll get a few lines of dialogue from Caesar and Kendall encouraging us.
Hey, keep up, Holmes.
The eligible vehicles for this race are the Blade, Savannah, Voodoo, Tahoma, Tornado, Remington, Broadway, Slam Band.
How far now, eh?
This mission is just a race with a bunch of checkpoints that you have to hit in order.
Come on, Carl, follow us.
Once we unlock the Los Santos race tournament, we will be able to repeat this mission to try to improve our best time if we're interested.
You're almost there, Carl.
Drive onto the starting grid. Just for kicks, I decided to get out. It warns me get back in the car, so you can't switch to a different vehicle to do the race. You have to do the race in the vehicle you brought here. On the bottom right, you can see we are 6th out of 6. We're in dead last behind the other 5 cars, each of which has like a red halo on top of it. And now we're in 5th and 4th and 3rd and 2nd and 1st. Oh, 2nd again. You can also see the time in the bottom right, 16 seconds and counting. On the mini-map, you can see a red square indicating where the next checkpoint is, where the upcoming checkpoint is. That's a really nice detail. There are a grand total of 11 checkpoints, including the finish line. So like 10 checkpoints plus the finish line. I don't need to show you this whole race. I'll show it to you in my challenge attempt at the end of this video anyway. So let's just skip to the end where we pass and collect our $1,000. And now we move on to fail states and quirks. I will first point out that you need to finish first in order to pass the mission. Finishing second does not cut it. Mission fail. On the bottom right, it's going to say loser. It's terrible. Oh, and lots of car accidents too. Loser. New best position second, new best time, something 142. I'll also point out that these vehicles are all locked. All 5 of the competitors' vehicles are locked. And if you try the technique where you shoot the person hoping that they fall out of the vehicle dead and leave the door open, that doesn't work either. Here I've started the mission, and I'm demonstrating that our car is not bulletproof, not surprising, and of course we're going to fail as soon as we blow up our car. You destroyed the car. Yes, we did. That was on purpose. We're in the science lab. But Caesar's car, in fact, all 5 of the opponent's cars are bulletproof and also fireproof. They don't want you messing around with these cars and destroying them, like during or ahead of the race in order to make the race trivially easy. Another fail state involves leaving your car after the race starts. So here we are at the beginning of the race. When you get out, you have 25 seconds to return to your vehicle before you are disqualified. You have been disqualified for leaving your vehicle. If you lose, you get a call from Kendall, and it's so nice to see this healthy relationship between CJ and his sister.
Hey.
Loser.
Yeah, Kendall. Will you ever grow up?
I will when you will.
Okay, it's a deal. Tell Caesar next time I'm gonna be in a faster car.
It won't help you, loser.
Goodbye.
How great was that phone call? And how many times are we going to hear CJ laugh in this entire playthrough? Somebody in the comment section, keep track. That's 1. The wiki points out that the model for Kendall here is the beta model, like she's wearing a hat and dark, I don't know, is that like a football jersey or something? Her face is really, really different. Just to remind you, here's what she looks like normally. And in this cutscene, she's got no hat and a green dress and a very different looking face. Here I'm demonstrating the proofs that the 5 opponent vehicles have before you start the race. They are all bulletproof and fireproof, and then I'm going to use a cheat code here just to give me some rockets to demonstrate that indeed they are also explosion. So we'll hit this blue car a couple of times, then I'll hit the fire truck just to show you what it's supposed to look like. When you hit a normal vehicle with a rocket, it explodes, but not these guys before the race starts. The wiki says that the entirety of San Andreas becomes a ghost state after you start the mission and before you go into the race starting mission marker. This can be exploited to roam around the map and enter restricted areas since no pedestrians and vehicles spawn except for the fixed spawn parked ones. This resets once the player enters the marker and starts the race. I did not find this to be true. Well, I found it partially true. So I didn't see any other vehicles on the road during this kind of ghost state time. But I did see pedestrians, maybe fewer pedestrians than normal, but definitely pedestrians here. And in terms of entering restricted areas, no, I mean, I can get a wanted level and I can get busted even in this ghost state. So I'm not sure what they're talking about, but it isn't true, not fully true in the original PC version of this game. So we saw that the other 5 vehicles were explosion proof before the race starts, but they lose that special property once the race begins. So I gave myself some rockets with a cheat code, and just for kicks, just as a challenge, I wanted to see, could I race ahead of them at the start of the race and then get out of my vehicle and then quickly blow the other 5 competitors up and then get back in the vehicle and then finish the race in first, trivially, because nobody else is alive in the race. So here's my best attempt at that challenge. I just pulled over here to the side. I have 25 seconds to blow up the other 5 cars, and I'm getting far away from my car because I don't want to accidentally blow my car up. All right, 4 of them are in a pack. Let's go. And then the 5th one is that blue one, the trailing one, and I think we're good. Let's hop back in the car. We've only got 9 seconds to get back in there. You can see I'm currently in 6th out of 6 places, but as soon as we get to the checkpoint up ahead, our position should jump to number 1 out of 6. Let's see. And 2nd place out of 6. No good, gang. It's no good. I don't know if you saw it. It took me actually several attempts at this before I realized what was happening, why I couldn't get 1st place. I was always coming in 2nd in this challenge. And it's because Caesar's vehicle maintains that explosion-proof property even after the race begins. So that's Caesar's car right there at the finish line, finishing in 1st place. I'm going to ram him from behind because I'm pissed. I mentioned in the first video in this series that I want to get all of the unique vehicles that are reasonable to get, and so here's one here. I want Caesar's all-proof Savannah. So we have to lose the race in order to make this happen. At least that's what the wiki says. So how are we going to get that car open? Because it's locked. All the doors are locked for all 5 of these cars. Well, what we're going to do after Caesar finishes here is we're going to hit his car with a melee weapon. That is going to get him out of his car. He almost certainly is going to slam his car door behind him, which is no good for us. But I don't know if you noticed, I have a homie. I have a Grove Street homie inside of the car with me. He's been sitting in the passenger seat this whole time. I recruited the Grove Street gang member over in Grove Street and brought him over to the race before I even started this mission. So we whacked Caesar's car with a pool cue, and now we're going to whack Caesar with a dildo. I can't imagine that Kendall is happy about this, although maybe this is a fantasy of hers. I don't know. I don't judge. And the plan, once we get Caesar out of the picture here, is to try to get into Caesar's car. It's going to be locked, but I'll just try pulling on the car door handle. That's going to get my Grove Street gang member to get into the passenger seat of this car, and then I can shoot him, and then he'll leave the passenger side door open. So now we're going around looking for the homie. I think it's that guy in the 7 shirt. I think I might need to just recruit somebody else here. So you just aim at him with like the right mouse button, and then you hit the G for gang, and then I come over here ready to enact my plan, and wouldn't you know it, Caesar left his driver's side door open from that initial whacking with the pool cue. So we didn't need the homie at all, but I tried this probably 4 times, 5 times, and I did get a success where I had to use the homie and do that thing about, letting the homie get in the passenger seat and then shooting the homie. But this was the only time where Caesar actually just left his door open. So that was fortunate. And so we're just going to take this over to our safe house right here on the beach. It's convenient. And we're going to store it in the garage. And then I'm going to save my game legitimately, not using the Quicksave program, but we'll just go right inside of our safe house here, save the game, and then we're going to come out and I will demonstrate all of the proofs that this fancy car has. It's really cool. I don't know what we're going to do with this all-proof vehicle, but it will maybe make some mission easier down the road. We'll see. Maybe we can have some fun with this vehicle in a future video. All right, so we'll drive it out and then we'll show you all of the different proofs. So we will see that this car is bulletproof, does not take any damage due to bullets. So what are we going to do? Some SMG? No, that's an AK, right? So it should be smoking and probably on fire with that many bullets, but nothing. It does not care. And then I think next up we'll try some Molotovs. I will show you that this vehicle is flame-proof. That's nifty. And then I'm going to use a cheat code here to give myself some rockets, just to show you this car is indeed rocket-proof. That's why I couldn't blow it up when I was trying to blow up all 5 of the enemy cars. But I'm not going to use these rockets in a future save file. I'm just going to go reload the save file we had before we used this cheat code. Just wanted to show you all the nifty proofs that this Savannah has. Cool. So we've reloaded our save state before we got those cheated rockets, and now I'll skip the trip to Caesars, and we start the mission, and then I skip the drive over here to the race, and we'll just show you the entire race right here. This is my challenge attempt. So what am I going to try to do as a challenge? Well, I found the most recent marathon run of Joshimus that I could of this game, and he had one from 2024 where I looked at the time that he got in this particular race, and it was 1:12. So my goal is to get close to 1:12. I'm obviously not near as good at this game as Josh is, but we're going to see how close we can get to 1:12. In the meantime, let's go ahead and read from the trivia section of the wiki for this particular mission. During the opening cutscene, Caesar's car may be black instead of red. This glitch is only present on the PS2 version. 2 Majestics, that's a kind of car, 2 Majestics participate in the race, even though the Majestic is not a lowrider, and the player would not be able to use one of those cars in this race. At the starting line, the other lowriders are being driven by members of the Barrios Los Aztecas. Once the race begins, however, the gang members are replaced by regular NPCs. In the opening cutscene for the mission, the steering wheel in Caesar's vehicle turns when he moves it. This is the only time in the game that this occurs, as all steering wheels remain static in regular gameplay. This can also be seen in a cutscene for the mission Outrider. Did we do it? Was that a 113 or a 112? It is 112. Winner, winner, cluckin' bell dinner. All right, so that is this mission done and this video done. If you have any memories you'd like to share about the mission High Stakes Lowrider, throw them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.